One of the most rewarding parts of my role as Communications Officer at the Borough of Queenscliffe is seeing the real tangible benefit that our communications efforts bring to the members of our community. Working in such a small local government area such as the Borough, made up of a permanent population of only around 3,000 people, means that you actually get to see those day-to-day benefits when you're walking down the street grabbing a bite to eat at lunchtime. Someone might come up to you, and if they recognise that you work at the council, they say, well done on the Facebook page, or well done on that letterbox drop, and you actually get those tangible benefits and that sort of instant feedback of being able to see, well, hey, we're actually making a real difference here on people's lives. My motivation to work in local government stems from my community-minded attitude that I've held throughout my life. I think there's a great overlap between people that do have that community mindset and people that work in the public service. It's a want to help people, it's a want to benefit your wider community, and it's a want to progress humanity at large. I think the value of the public sector was most magnified over the last couple of years during the COVID pandemic, where the greater community really had a reliance and a trust in what all levels of government were doing, from federal right down through state and local government. And working in the public sector really allows you to give back to the community in a way that working for a private company might not perhaps provide. And especially through the last couple of years, that security and that knowledge that the public sector is always going to be there and is always going to be able to provide for the community is something that I've found a lot of satisfaction in. So when I first joined the Borough of Queenscliffe, I was tasked with undertaking a complete digital transformation of the borough's communications assets. And by that, it meant not only redesigning our website, its architecture, rewriting all of its pages and content, but also building a Facebook page from scratch and essentially cementing our position in the digital media landscape in the Borough of Queenscliffe, which was something that we had never attempted before. I was able to undertake such a large-scale project because of the autonomy I was given by my manager, and having that realisation and trust within me and the team meant that I was able to focus on the tasks at hand without having to worry about jumping through red tape or having to go through 6 different sets of hands to have something ticked off. Taking on a project of that scale, I really had to make sure I was dividing my time correctly and prioritising what was needed. Having that autonomy allowed me to, especially during the period of time where we were all working from home, be able to really set out what I needed to achieve in the period of time that I was given and what our community members were going to prioritise the most. So for instance, we digitised all our previously paper-based forms to allow residents that digital front door and able to complete tasks from home during the pandemic that they previously would have had to have come into council offices to achieve. Winning the Young Achiever Award at the 2022 LG Pro Awards for Excellence was a great thrill. It was recognition for a couple of years of hard work that I'd put in to my council and my community, with the genuine goal to see a great digital transformation between the community and council, and to improve and benefit the lives of all those living in Queenscliffe and Point Lonsdale. So to have a third party like LG Pro recognise that really felt like a satisfying moment for me in my council career. I think a lot of people that work in local government may not recognise the benefits of their own work that they do to the community on a day-to-day basis. And I think that probably has to do with the fact that a lot of people that work in local government are community-minded and they are modest and they, put others above themselves. But when you can actually take a step back and look at your own work from a holistic view, which I guess LG Pro was able to do through this awards process, it really allows you to feel like you've got a sense of achievement and satisfaction for what you're doing, and to have that knowledge and reinforcement that what you're doing is impacting people on a wider scale. I really appreciated that. To any professionals entering the local government sector, I say embrace it. Embrace the fact that you're part of the public sector. Embrace the fact that you are making a tangible difference to people's lives. And while you may not see it from the first day you begin, you're going to see it in a week's time, you're going to see it in a month's time. And it's only going to grow as you continue to build your career throughout the local government sector. I've really enjoyed my time in local government so far, and I'm looking forward to continuing working in the public sector in the future.